Now, dear student, in this video, I will continue the explanation of the chapter Footprints Without Feet. So, first of all, see the paragraphs. He escaped easily enough from the boys who followed his footprints in London, but his adventures were by no means over. He had chosen a bad time of the year to wander about London without clothes. It was midwinter. The air was bitterly cold and he could not do without clothes. Instead of walking about the streets, he decided to slip into a big London store for warmth. Closing time arrived, and as soon as the doors were shut, Griffin was able to give himself the pleasure of clothing and feeding himself without regard to expense. He broke open boxes and wrappers and fitted himself out with warm clothes. Soon, with shoes, an overcoat, and a wide brimmed hat, he became a fully dressed and visible person. In the kitchen of the restaurant, he found cold meat and coffee, and he followed up the meal with sweets and wine taken from the grocery store. Finally, he settled down to sleep on a pile of quilts. If only Griffin had managed to walk up in good time, all might have been well. As it was, he did not walk up until the assistants were already arriving. Next morning, when he saw a couple of them approaching, he panicked and began to run. They naturally gave chase. In the end, he was able to escape only by quickly taking off his newly found clothes. So once more he found himself invisible but naked in the chill January air. This time he decided to try the stock of a theatrical company in the hope of finding not only clothes but also something that could hide the empty space above his shoulders. Shivering with cold, he hurried to Duryland, the center of the theater world. He soon found a suitable shop. He made his way invisible upstairs and came out a little later wearing bandage round his forehead, dark glasses, false nose, big bushy side whiskers, and a large hat. To escape without being seen, he closely attacked the shopkeeper from behind, after which he robbed him of all the money he could find. So now, in these paragraphs, authors explain that Griffin managed to escape from the two keen boys' observation and entered unseen into a big store to get warm. After the store was closed at night, Griffin put on some new clothes, consumed meat and coffee from the restaurant in the store, and went to sleep on a pile of quilts. He overslept and only woke up when the shop had opened and the assistants had arrived. On being seen and chased by them, he again took off his clothes so that they could not see him. Then Griffin entered a theatrical company which gave items used in plays. There he wore bandages to outline his face, dark glasses, a false nose, and bushy side whiskers. He robbed the shopkeeper of his money and escaped to a village away from London to avoid being caught. So, this is the explanation of these paragraphs.